Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for being here. So today's video is going to kind of go ahead and be a fall because the other day was the start of fall, and today in Texas it's a little bit chilly. Well, not really chilly, so I thought, hey, might as well go ahead and do a first fall look. I know that I have one kind of similar to a fall look previously, but this is my official first fall look on this channel. So that's kind of what we're gonna do today. It's kind of like a brown smoky eye. This is what it looks like. I absolutely love this look. This is like my go-to. I kind of wear it for whenever I go out and do different kinds of stuff. But don't forget to like this video, don't forget to subscribe, and as well follow me on Instagram and Twitter. If y'all have any suggestions at all, please let me know. But without further ado, let's get started. Okay guys, so today's video is going to go ahead and be a brown smoky eye like I said before. So I went ahead and I did my brows as well as my wing off camera. This time, like in the last video or the video before that, I used the Chella Beauty Tantalizing Taupe eyebrow cream. This is kind of like my new go-to. As well as the Lottie London Duo Stamp Liner for my wing. To go ahead and carve out my brows as well as put on my base, I went ahead and just used the BH Cosmetics Total Coverage Concealer. That's usually just my go-to as far as anything that I use for concealer. So like putting my base down for my eyeshadow and carving out my brows and just kind of stuff like that. So I am going to go ahead and go in with the Jaclyn Hill palette. This is real, like I said before in my previous videos, this is really the only palette that I have that has literally all these shadows that I need in it. So this is what we're kind of just going to be going based off of. If you don't have this palette specifically, just use the palette, just use any palette that's close to any of these colors in this section right here. Those are mainly going to be the colors that we're going to use for today's smoky eye. So first thing that I like to do is just take a very small blending brush. This is just a Morphe brush that I use mostly all the time, and what we're going to start off with is just a very light color. We're going to mix these two together to give it a really good base, and we're just going to put that into the crease. Make sure you tap off as much as you can. So right now, like I just said, we're just going to go ahead and make sure we pack it on into the crease. This is really going to help the other shades develop whenever we go ahead and put them on. I'm going to go ahead and apologize in advance because my audio in this video kind of goes in and out. So parts of the video I'll be talking like just in a regular video, and then other parts of the video it is going to go ahead and be a voiceover. Right now I'm kind of explaining just how not to go over the crease and up until your brow bone. That's really the key. So besides going in with the brush straight, you're going to go ahead and lay it flat, and that's going to go ahead and disperse the product a little bit more, making the lid a little bit more smoky rather than just keeping it into the crease. And you're going to go ahead and do that on both sides. Also a reminder, what I do to one side, I'm going to do to the other, and every time that I do look down, I am picking up more product. So the next color that we're going to go ahead and use is this one right here. I'm just slightly dapping into it. Make sure you really tap off the excess as well. Once again, laying it down on the lid and just going back and forth, blending it outward just a tad bit. And I do, honestly guys, I do like to use this technique mostly all the time. Next thing that we're going to do is just take this shade. So using the shade Mocha, what we're really going to do is just pack it onto the lid. This is what's going to bring the depthness into the color, rather than using like 10,000 other different browns. We're just going to use this one and just really packing it on. different blending brush, we are going to go ahead and pack on a little bit of orange up here and right here just to coincide with the darker shades. So we're just going to go ahead and tap into this color right here. So using that shade Butter, what we're going to do with it is just really place it right beneath the brow bone, blending it in with the shade that is already there. This is kind of the last step that we're going to do as far as the eyeshadow goes. And if you have not done your wing yet, go ahead and do so. I'm using the Duo Stamp Liner by Lottie London. If you have noticed, I do have a wing kind of already on there. That's just kind of my steps to take before I do my shadow. That way the wing is kind of already drawn out, because I do not like to do my wing after, just because of the fact of me constantly messing up, and this step is kind of a little bit easier for me. So usually right after I get finished doing my wings, I just go under and clean up all the excess brown. And I always like to do my eyes before my face. Just because of all the fallout. So this is what it's looking like with the wing and just the eyeshadow. The next thing that we're going to go ahead and do is lashes. I am using Ardell Faux Mink lashes in style 812. Normally I use a style like 811, kind of like a more fluffier lash, like I like to say. These are a little bit more wispier. With the fluffy lash, with this look, it looks absolutely amazing. So if you have a fluffier lash, you can go ahead and use that instead. And I'm just going to go ahead and do my lashes off camera. Okay, so I'm back from putting on my lashes. Excludes the little white piece that is on there. It's glue. Next thing that we're going to go ahead and go into is the face. Like always, I'm using the Pond's Nourishing Cream Moisturizer. For dry skin, my face is really dry. I know I said this previously before. So this is honestly the best moisturizer that I can find for my dry skin. So the next thing that we're going to go ahead and use is foundation. Like always, I'm using the Bare Minerals Made to Fit foundation. This foundation is made to fit for me and my skin tone. Really, it's a really simple, easy process. Like always, I'm going to go ahead and spray my beauty blender with the Revolution Pro Fix Illuminating Fixing Spray. So I know that I have said this in my previous videos, and mostly in my Holy Grail video, but like I said before, I'm using the Bare Minerals Made to Fit foundation. The Made to Fit foundation is custom made for my skin tone. It's a really easy process. So what you do is you download the Bare Minerals Made to Fit app. You do about 7 to 8 scans of your face in kind of like a natural lighting. They send it to you between 3 to 5 business days, or actually 5 to 7 business days. And then as soon as you get it, like say if it's too light or it's too dark for you, you go ahead and email them and they'll tell you like, hey, okay, we'll give you a coupon code just to rescan it. The foundation does retail for $49. That's the only sucky thing about it, because it is kind of on the more expensive side of the things. But honestly, this foundation is my go-to and it's really worth it whenever it comes down to it. So right after foundation, like always, I go in with the BH Total Coverage Concealer in shade 104. I've said this before, I really don't use concealer to highlight my face. I use concealer to cover up my redness, because I do have redness right here as well as right there in my T-zone. So I'm just going to go ahead and using a concealer brush. Once again, I'm just going to spray this with the Pro Fix Illuminating Fixing Spray. And honestly, whenever I spray it, I just use the spray to go ahead and blend the area a little bit more, as well as melt it into the skin and kind of re-wet my beauty blender, because sometimes my beauty blender becomes a little dry. I look so dewy right now. It's kind of crazy. So the next thing I'm going to go in with is the Ciate London Bamboo Bronzer in Palm Island. So for the highlighter, like always, I'm going with the Mannakadar Beauty Split Pan. I think it's a mineral powder split pan. I am using the highlighter. This is my go-to highlighter, and it's absolutely amazing. Like, oh my god, I absolutely love this highlighter. Highlighting my nose and my brow bone. As well as the inner corner. Next thing that we're going to do is I always take a flat edge brush, use it right underneath my lash line, and I'm just going to take this color right here. That color is actually the best color to use whenever it comes to putting it down there, and I'm just gonna buff it. Just gonna go ahead and buff it in like that. With this look specifically, I always try to find a good color to go with it, and that's just the best color in my opinion, because it really blends it without actually blending into the liner itself. And I always like to pack it on. So with this look specifically, I always go with ColourPop Satin Liquid Lip in the shade Prim, but this time I'm kind of going to go with a darker color just because I have the shirt on and the look is a little bit dark. I'm going to go in with the NYX Liquid Suede Cream Lipstick in shade Vintage. It's kind of like a little bit darker than the ColourPop liquid lipstick. It has more brown to it. Okay, so this is the finished look. This is what it looks like tied all together. This is the eyes up close. Honestly guys, I absolutely love this look. This is like kind of like my go-to fall look. Actually, I kind of wear it literally all the time. Thank you guys so much for watching and following along. Sorry if you hear the fan in the background, or sorry if you hear anything else in the background, and if the lighting kind of sucks, I'm so sorry for that as well. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I did put out a vlog the other day, so if y'all want to go ahead and see more of the vlogs, please let me know. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Ariel Celeste. If you have any comments, suggestions, any of that, go ahead and tweet me or comment under one of the pictures that are relative to the videos. But other than that, thank you all guys so much for watching, and I'll go ahead and catch you guys in the next one.